to cut everybody off like that.
I don't think that's wild, bro.
Where are we coming up with these questions? Orgy going on? My man, he's a show.
She aged like cheese.
You got
Speak on it, brother. Speak on it.
Practically become Bruce Wayne.
What we gotta do, Mika?
Push the goddamn button, man.
Oh, at first they wouldn't let me get an explosion. Now I get multiples. You know, make up your mind. Make up your mind. All right, we should be good on we should be good on all fronts. Facebook should be live. Instagram. No, wait. I'm sorry. Not Instagram. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch should be live screaming right now.
Definitely already in the Twitch.
Cool.
I see the Facebook. All right, bet.
Okay, we live. We in the building. We popping. What's going on?
What's popping?
All right. Well, first show of the year.
Yes, sir.
First show of the year. Let's start it off with, the new tradition of introducing a new Funko Pop for y'all. We got the illustrious Rogue. Now we'll tell you like this. As a kid, she was one of my hear me outs. Just saying. You saying? You feel me?
Don't nobody in the world feed you, brother. I feed you.
What was she, bro? She was one of your who?
She was one of my hear me outs, man.
Hear me out. What am I hear me out?
Hey, man.
Hey, now listen. Hear me out. Hear me out. Like, hear me out.
One of my hear me outs. Anyway, we got a
one of my hear me outs.
We got a new movie for y'all, written by the one and only Clint Eastwood. If y'all don't know who Clint Eastwood is, y'all don't know who Clint Eastwood is.
Turn your TV off.
But it was a late. Good evening. Good evening.
What's up, Chris?
New year. But yeah, so and this is year 3, ain't it?
Yeah, geez.
We getting there, cuz.
This is year 3. Goodness gracious.
Chrissy, for you knowing that means you've been here since probably day one. So we appreciate that. We appreciate that for sure.
June,
and you know me,
June will officially make 3 years.
I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. If we had like a popcorn in your beard, most valuable player, I will have to nominate you, Chrissy. I'm gonna keep it a bean because I think you show up almost every episode. And we appreciate everybody that show up, but we're gonna give you a special. We're gonna give you a special shout out. I don't remember an episode. You've been here more than I have. so I mean, I'm gonna give you a shout out though. We appreciate everybody coming. We know everybody, but the dedication needs to be recognized. We appreciate it.
Absolutely,
we appreciate it.
Let's kick first show of the year by introducing the show like we always do. What's up, everybody? We'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Popcorn in Your Beard podcast. I'm your host, Rashad, along with the crew.
It's Big Ken, 2 G's, 2 N's. You know the energy. What's popping? Happy New Year.
And last but not least, I am the King MOE, aka Edgar Allan Moe. Starting the new year off right, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Get to it, man.
So,
Rashad, tell them why we're here, Rashad.
So this movie dropped a little bit late in the year. And I'm sad to say I didn't put this on my top 10 because, in all honesty, after watching this movie, it should have been on my top 10. This movie is a complete like mind movie, and it will literally have you questioning certain things about your life. But basically how it goes is a juror for a high-profile murder case finds himself struggling with a serious morale dilemma that can influence the verdict and potentially convict free the accused killer. Now this is starring Nicholas Hoult. If you don't know who Nicholas Hoult is, he's in a lot of movies. Honestly, if you saw The Menu, he's in that. He's also in the Nosferatu movie, which is amazing. Go watch that.
He's beast in X-Men.
He's beast in X-Men. He's been around for a while. He's on Max Fury Road. If you haven't seen that one, that's where he plays Newt, I believe.
Yeah.
He's also X-Men. But yeah, so you haven't had a chance to check him out. He is a really great actor. The Menu is probably one of his best movies next to this one, but this one is a really, really, really good movie. So where to start with this movie, because I know that a lot of people have feelings about this movie and it makes you feel things after you finish it and you just like,
well, the movie starts off, it introduces the main character and his wife, who's pregnant. She's in her third trimester. They're already walking on eggshells in the pregnancy because she was previously pregnant with twins, lost them, and never made it to the third trimester in their previous pregnancy. So now that they're actually this close to actually bringing the child into this world, they're super nervous. They're being super cautious. Like, hey, because we didn't make it this far last time. And he gets some mail that says, hey, bro, we need you for jury duty. You know what I'm saying? So the wife starts freaking out, like, hey, it's almost time for our son to get here. You know what I'm saying? Do you think when you go to your orientation for your jury duty, that you can ask the judge to stall you out? So he was like, all right, bet. So he was like, all right, bet, that's what I'm gonna do. So they go to the orientation and they're doing roll call. Everybody's introducing themselves. They're asking questions. So they get to him, and he was like, "Yeah, my name is so and so. This, that, and third. Woo, woo, woo. Hey, judge, if you don't mind, my wife is in the third trimester of a high risk pregnancy, and I'd like to be available." So she was like,
"Nah,
that's cool. Set up though."
She was like, "Hey, you got a job, cuz?"
Yeah,
he was like, "Yeah." She was like, "What's your office hours?" He was like, "I normally work from 9 to 6." She was like,
"Don't worry about it.
I'm not gonna keep you here no longer than your job gonna keep you from the crib." So
pick him. Pick him.
That was her
Basically.
word. That was her way of saying, nah.
He sold himself. After that, she was like, "You know what?
That man was trying everything he could to get out." And this was before he even knew what the case was about.
Right. This was off rip.
Yeah,
This was just introduction. Hey, how you doing? My name is Judge such and such. You've all been selected for jury duty. That's as far as they got.
Yeah,
he was like, "Yeah, can I get a hall pass?" And he was like,
"Nah, ain't no hall passes, G."
And it's just crazy because
dude was like, "You beat your wife." What?
Yo, the
rip though.
Are you black people the same question?
Yeah, off rip though. Like, you got that work? Like, excuse me, sir.
Like, did you just ask me that because I'm black?
You wear gold chains?
Yeah, where you go to? Excuse me.
You wear gold chains and smoke reefer?
I knew I smelled black and mild smoke.
Yeah, he came straight out with it too. You beat your wife? Excuse me, sir. I thought that was wild. I thought that was wild, bro. I thought that was wild, bro. Like what?
Ain't
So
waste
never
no
seen him
time.
before in real life.
Ain't waste no time. He went straight in on it. He was like, yeah.
I don't care what your name is. You put your
you
hands on
what?
it, don't you?
Why are these questions so specific?
You punch it on.
Those,
Like,
yeah,
like,
I saw you. Nah, that was wild, bro.
I said, Clint Eastwood is diabolical for that line.
Like, what? So they finish up the orientation. He goes home and he ends up having to break the news to his wife. No, they wouldn't let me get off jury duty. So she's nervous because, you know what I'm saying, the closer it gets to a baby being born, you start having a lot of appointments, a lot of follow-ups to the appointments. You're doing ultrasounds, you're doing blood work, all this different kind of stuff. And she's nervous about jury duty taking him away from that process and her having to do it on her own, which is super duper relatable. You know what I'm saying? So this early into the movie, it's already super realistic. You know what I'm saying? So off the jump, that's what I love about this movie. It's very it's very realistic. It's very relatable. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I couldn't get out of this shit. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do what I can.
What was crazy to me was, so they have the jury selection or whatever, you know, and you don't really know who everybody is, because I believe after the jury selection they send them back out, right? So they send him back home. So, you know, he lets her know that he's been selected or whatever. He still doesn't know what the case is. So he's sitting there, I guess, talking with his wife, and, you know, he's having like flashbacks about, like, you know, whatever happened at the like he was sitting at the bar or whatever. He was sitting there holding a drink. Nothing ever really happened. So they get to I believe they get to court, and they are painting this man to be the worst human being ever, because the prosecutor is trying to set herself up to be elected for
she's trying to get a promotion.
District attorney, DA.
District attorney. So she's trying to become the district attorney or whatever.
She's trying to secure the bag.
Like heavily. Like she don't care if this man get the electric chair. She's
nothing.
Burn him.
Burn him. He did it. Look at his face. Look at his face. He did
that
it.
nigga now.
She said he is
right
guilty. He is guilty. He is the worst human being that ever lived. He probably is one of the people that was throwing stones at Jesus. I've seen him do it.
I've seen him do it. And guess what?
He
beat his wife.
He definitely beats his wife. So
I was there. I saw my own eyes.
And this is before the trial even starts. So she's doing all this before the trial even starts. Trial starts, and she comes out swinging. Now you have the defense attorney, who was basically like, "Yo, man, he really did not do this. Yes, this was a senseless act. Somebody lost their life. He didn't actually do this." So what you have is this is when the movie like really starts setting itself in, because then you find out as the viewer somebody else actually did do the crime. Because when they start explaining what happened, it starts hitting him that, like, oh wait,
context. So the basically the case, the reason why they're in court is this: there's a guy and a girl who were in a relationship. They were at a bar having drinks, shooting pool, doing what they normally do on a Saturday night, whatever day of the night, whatever day of the week it was. Later on in the movie, when the guy starts to explain himself, he was saying that the conversation he was having with his girlfriend was she was wanting him to move in with her, but he was nervous about it because of a rough patch that they were having in their relationship at the time. So the conversation got a little bit aggressive. She's throwing drinks in his face or whatever happened, blah, blah, blah. They have this little verbal altercation. She storms out of the bar.
Yeah, she slapped him?
She did something. But basically,
did she slap him outside?
I don't think nobody slapped nobody. I think she was like all in his face, and he was like, "Hey, bet she was all in his face," and he was like,
the conversation got to the point where it started attracting the attention of everybody surrounding them in the bar. So when she storms out, everybody sees her storm out. He goes out behind her. It's pitch black dark outside, and it's raining heavily outside. They rode there together in his vehicle, but she was so upset with him that she was like, "Fuck you, I'll walk home."
Yeah, don't worry about it.
So they watch her walk into the darkness until she cannot be seen anymore. They then see him get in his vehicle and follow her. Now, where Nick's flashbacks come in at is he was actually present at the bar that night, dealing with his own issues. And on his way home that night, he's driving through the rain. His wife texts him, "Hey, are you okay?" The instant he looks down to reply to his wife, he hits something. So he stopped the car, he get out, and the whole passenger side, front side is fucked up. Now,
can't see nothing.
The thing about where he hit the deer was there's actually a sign there that says deer crossing. So on that particular night, he thinks nothing of it.
Thought it was another
I hit a
deer.
deer. He goes home. He tells his wife he hits a deer. No big deal. So what makes that part of the movie so significant was when old buddy, what was his name? James Michael, was it Smith?
Who are you talking about?
The one who they trying to put in jail.
Yeah, the old buddy
James.
So James, the whole time, so when they're giving him the third degree, the whole time he's trying to plead his case like, look, yes, initially I followed her in my vehicle, but I ended up turning around and going home.
Right.
So off that, Nick is like, I was there that night. He was there that night. He left before I did. I hit a deer. He's saying he turned around and went home. So either I hit a deer or
oh shit.
Oh shit. So this is one of those movies where plot twists right off bat, because as the viewer, like Rashad said, you putting your feet in his shoes, now you're nervous the whole time because you don't know. But the math is so good that
the math is math.
He's thinking, oh shit.
2 + 2 is definitely 4.
His girlfriend, and he about to get life for this shit. So when they get to the first deliberation, when they're trying to come up with the verdict, everybody in there was like,
guilty.
Barnum.
Guilty twice because he's in a gang.
Guilty.
So
twice.
Cedric Yarbrough's character was like the ringleader of, I don't need to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear nothing else. Lock his ass up. He's a piece of shit. He's a scum.
Yeah,
I see his tattoos. I know what it signifies. He's in the gang.
Yeah.
I had what he said he had like a son or a little brother or somebody.
Little brother was a part of the gang and got killed in the gang. So he
old girl was in the movie from Orange is the New Black, the black lady.
She just said she got 3 kids at home.
And this is the part of the movie that pissed me off. Not about the movie, but just about life in general. Because
we got a lot of pissed off moments.
Think about how many people are sitting in jail, whether they were guilty or not guilty. Only them and God know that. But think about how many people are sitting in jail just off of the simple fact that you got people that's in jury duty saying, look, listen, so I can speak up. let's just lock this nigga up so we can go home.
Doing the same thing. What's up, Lydia? It's the same thing, bro.
What's
They
going
like
on? What's going on?
did the same thing.
And
Probably
that
like,
shit
you know
hit
what?
me, bro. I'm like,
He looked like he did it.
he an innocent man, but it's not even whether they believe he did it or not. It's just the fact
They ready to go home.
let's just all vote guilty so I can get back home to my kids.
Pretty much. That's everybody.
Like I'm like,
so there's a movie, like there's a movie is arguably like next to Coming to America, my favorite movie of all time, and it's 12 Angry Men. And there's a situation like this where they get into jury deliberation and everybody has something to do. Somebody has to go to a football game. Somebody has beef with their son, so they just like guilty. Everybody's saying guilty except for one person. And this is why I think I like this movie so much. So everybody's saying guilty except for one person. And while their reasoning is kind of different, because he's struggling with this whole guilt thing, like, damn, man, I don't want him to go down for my crime, but at the same time, like, I don't want to go down for this crime. So I'm gonna try to convince them, maybe I can get them off, and then maybe that'll clear my conscience. But as it goes along, like we'll talk about as it goes along, he runs into the issue is, somebody think it's me. Now, yeah, he gotta go. But the one thing I really love about that is you're able to create tension without doing a lot. So there's tension because you like, man, this man didn't do this. Like, y'all need to get him up out of there. Y'all need to get him up out of there. But the tension is you don't really know where everybody's gonna vote. So he's that one person that is gonna try to convince most people that it's not that until we get to the part where J.K. Simmons' character like is like, hey man, yeah, I went out there and what kind of truck you said you got? Yeah. Why was you following me? Why was you following me? I don't know. But they get past their first.
Well, real quick before you go on, at the first deliberation, there was a lady who kind of stood up and was like, hey, my name is such and such. I've actually sat in on X amount of cases. I've done jury duty hell of amount of times. If y'all don't mind, I'd like to kind of be the spokesperson, you know what I'm saying, the foreman. So she gets up and she's trying to make sense of everything, trying to make sure that everything runs smoothly without a hitch. And like Rashad said initially, all 11 people voted guilty without even batting an eye. But Nick was like, nah, I don't think we've received all of the factual information needed to just throw him away and consider this and consider that. So initially, everybody is like, hey, stone him.
Yeah, they were going to whoop his ass. Like, somebody whoop his ass.
So it's like, damn, we got to go into overtime. We got to come back and do this again. Yeah. And then eventually we meet J.K. Simmons' character, who I don't think was there for the orientation.
No, he was. So what he told him was he was retired and now he owned a shop with his wife. And they did flowers. I think for like 3 years.
He was former law enforcement.
Correct, but he didn't tell them that. He told. I don't think he told anybody.
He didn't tell nobody.
Until they got into deliberations, when they were like, "Oh," he was like, "What did he say?" He said he should have just played out or something like that. Like he should have just took a plea deal. So he's like, "Yeah, he should have just took a plea deal." And he's like, "Man, why you say that?" He was like, "Well, I was a former cop, and everybody's looking around like, oh, you ain't supposed to be in here.
You ain't able to be here.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to be in here."
And I think he corrected somebody and said detective, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, he was a former detective or something like that. So, they're to stand still because nobody can pick a vote now since Nick's character done threw in that little wrench. So they get dismissed. And then
the one thing he said that really threw a monkey wrench in everybody's thinking initially was he was talking to old buddy, and he was like, "You got a daughter, right?" He was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "If that was your daughter, you would want justice for your daughter, right? He was like, absolutely. He was like, now imagine if you had a son and that was your son in that position. Wouldn't you want justice for your son? And he was like, and I mean, it works both ways.
It does.
So you got to understand how her family feels, because no matter what happens in this court, they can't get her daughter back. Correct. And then you got to imagine from the son's family's standpoint, because if he really didn't do it, he's not necessarily going to lose his life, but he's going to lose his life as well. So you got to look at it both ways. And as much as everybody hates Nick at this point, they can't deny that much makes sense. Absolutely. But they don't care about him making sense. They just want the shit to be over so they can go home.
Absolutely. What's up, beautiful?
What's up?
What's happening?
What's going on with you?
So, and this is where like it kind of takes a turn, because Nick is starting to get like worried that now, hey, there's a detective on the jury. Good evening, Jewel.
Yeah. Good. So now my thing is, don't be worried now. I understand, I know you didn't want to. I know you want to.
Oh no, he nervous. He nervous as all get out, because now he about to follow. He about to follow J.K. Simmons' character, because he's like, man, I would have been investigating this a little differently. So J.K. Simmons' character gets ready to go out to the original site, because he's like, man, something ain't right. Something stinks to high heaven. You know what I'm saying? The defense ain't, and the prosecutor won't listen. She just hell bent on he's guilty.
Winning, right?
So he goes out.
But there was no murder weapon recovered.
Exactly.
There was no murder weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So you're trying to convince us that he did it, but you can't tell us how he did it. You're just assuming, he struck her with his vehicle, but his vehicle had no cosmetic damage. There was no structural damage. So not one way you can tell me how he clapped her.
I will say this: his defense attorney was low key trash. Because
that's what the detective said. The detective was like, defense attorney, he don't really care. But then all of a sudden he started to feel like, man, this dude didn't do this, bro. Like everybody in the whole movie had a gut feeling.
It was just like his cross examinations were trash. Like he like had no further comments or questions on certain stuff that he should have had.
That's why he said
the one dude.
So
the one dude that I guess like was an eyewitness or something like of what happened. Like,
man, come on, man. Like, the old man.
It was him. And I was like,
it was him. So you mean to tell me out of like half a mile in the rain, in the dark, you got a perfect view of my man? It was him.
Yeah, no. So J.K. Simmons is scared to go out there. He's investigating. He's like, man, hold on, man. Something just ain't right. Because why would he push her over if he, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he did that, like,
the math just was not mathing, bro.
Like, so apparently there was
Nick was parked on the side of the road, ducking, like trying to watch. He ducking with the window down. This man's phone started ringing, and the buddy heard it. Like,
brother, do you know we can see you?
So he didn't look directly in Nick's direction. He just looked the opposite way. But him being a former detective, it's like,
well, you were trash at hide and seek.
You think you low.
You see me, see you.
I ain't gonna put you on blast now.
See you, but okay. I'm
gonna holler at you next time I see you.
Yeah, like I see you, see me, see you. All right. like you know what? It's cool. Wait till I see you.
But it wasn't even right up. He was low.
Yeah. He was like, why you follow me? Why you follow me? He's like, why you follow me?
He ain't ask him then. So
the next day,
he's built this whole case file.
It was a weekend. Yeah, it was a weekend.
He brings it in court with him. Right. He builds it in. He brings it into court with him. Then the next time they go, and he's like, "Hey man, why are you following me, man? What's going on? I saw you. Yeah,
I saw you."
He was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to.
You're not supposed to be investigating. You're not supposed to be investigating. Like, that's what kind of pissed me off. You brought this on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All this, you brought this on yourself.
But we skipped over the part because I don't know if this was when he went to the dude. I guess
He did it after the first date.
His sponsor.
I think, yeah, it might have been a sponsor, but he did that the first day. After the first jury day, he like, "Hey, yo, check this out, big dog."
Yeah,
So
he said, "Hey man, hey, give me some money. Give me some money." So it's attorney
power.
Yeah, give me $1. So he gave him money. Whatever. He was like, "Hey man, let's say, you know, just throw it out there. Let's just say, you know what I'm saying? I ran somebody over. You know? Let's just say my car ran. You know, I bumped somebody real fast. You know what I'm saying?
And they might have fell over. They might have fell over and killed them.
They might be unalive right now. You know what I'm saying? They might not be
hypothetically.
A guy clapped his girlfriend, but I think I did it. But he going to jail for it. How would it affect me if I was like, "Hey, I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't him, it was me."
Hey,
he was like, "Oh, you're screwed.
No, you're gonna jump
you're screwed, bro."
He hit him with one of these right here.
Nah, I didn't do it. Or did I? Nah, I didn't. Or maybe I did not do it. Did you? I didn't do it, or I did. Who knows? I don't.
That's exactly
what he did. He was like, "Yeah, so
he was like, brother, if you say something right now, I promise you're not gonna see the light of day ever."
Yeah, it's over.
He said, former alcoholic. Oh, you going to prison, dog?
Yeah.
You going to double jail.
Yeah, you going to double jail. They are not going to believe anything you say.
I wouldn't say nothing.
So he goes, he's talking to J.K. Simmons in the hallway, and this is where I knew he was going to be shady. So he's talking like, "Hey, man, listen, I can use your help on this, you know what I'm saying, so we can try to figure this out. I know you own one of these cars, so I'm going to go ahead and take your name off of the list, you know what I'm saying. I know you wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you ain't really do nothing, so I'm going to go ahead and take your name off the list.
Yeah.
You know, I
so
believe
basically what he did was the date of the accident was October 25th. So he went back and got records of every vehicle that got major body work done on it from that date up until that particular point. And he had a list of vehicles and who they belonged to. And he was like, "Don't you drive a green Toyota 4Runner?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Well, it was six of them on this list. But since you here with us, I'm gonna just go ahead and
like,
game out."
Yeah, you weren't there though. You weren't there.
Yeah, you weren't there.
You here? I mean, you here with us. You here with me.
So the bailiff gets everybody out the hallway and calls them into the room, but them two still in the hallway. So the bailiff was like, "Hey, y'all need to hurry up and come on." So J.K. Simmons' character passes the papers off to Nick, and Nick is just like,
"Oops,
oh damn,
oh my bad, look at all that evidence that I dropped.
Watch me accidentally drop hella papers on the floor.
That's wild. Damn.
Oh wow, hey, do y'all see these papers that I dropped on the floor?
Bro, no.
Hey, please don't look at these papers that's on the ground.
Man, my hands are so slippery.
I just had pizza.
Couple tunnel. Dang.
I had a hot radio on the way over here. My bad.
Oh my goodness! I had.
So what you got? Oh, nothing. What you got? Oh, nothing.
It ain't papers. It ain't evidence.
What you got? Oh, I ain't got nothing.
So then, because of that,
she was shaking it like here.
So then, because of that, they had to go back before the judge, and the judge was like,
"Hey, bro, for one, you
deliberately disobeyed me because I could have sworn in the orientation I made it clear that you could not do any investigations of this case
at all
as a person who was on this jury."
I said that. He was like, "My fault."
So she was like, "These your papers, but they was in your hand." So J.K. Simmons was an honest man. He was like, "Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. That was all me."
In reality, though, that should have been a mistrial.
It should have.
That on some real shit. That's cause for a mistrial. You mean to tell me that you picked the officer who's got new evidence to take to the jury. How we know he didn't take him nothing else? That should have been straight. You know what? But she wanted him to be guilty too. So you know what I'm saying? She wanted him to be guilty too.
It seemed like everybody wanted this man guilty.
Yeah, she wanted him to be guilty too.
She said, "Now, since you were a decorated officer, you know what I'm saying, you're retired, you upheld the law. I'm gonna let you slide. I'm not gonna hold you into contempt, you know. But I got to get you off this jury because you can't be on the jury.
Yeah. Especially if you could. Yeah, if it would have been different, if the evidence proving that he was guilty, you know what? I'll let you slide, big dog.
And the thing about and this was Nick Way's out. This was Nick's way out. But she was like, son, do I need to give you the X too?
I would have been like, yeah.
His conscience was so guilty, he got to see it through now.
But see, this is the question I have on that. Was he trying to show them papers so he can get kicked off the jury, maybe create a mistrial? Or was he trying to do it so he can get J.K. Simmons carried off with the trial?
Probably get J.K. off the trial because he probably like, listen, because if you want to leave, he gonna find out. He gonna know something.
If he would have kept digging, he'd have sniffed him out.
He would have sniffed him out.
He was already that close.
And he wasn't gonna stop.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't gonna stop. He was gonna keep investigating until he found the big dog. You sure you wasn't there?
But this was the thing. So she allowed him to stay on the jury, allowed the evidence to be admitted into court.
The evidence was dismissed. She said the evidence wasn't because she told him when you go back, this evidence is out, so you can't say nothing.
No,
you can't say what this was.
Yeah, she told him. She told him he couldn't say anything. But the prosecutor and I think the defense said that they wanted the evidence admitted in the trial.
No, and she said she did. The lady was. That's why he was pissed off because she was like, no. But then he was like, she was like, no, we can't put it in the courts because it would have helped his case out. So she was like, we can't do that. Like we can't submit new evidence. So that's when he went downstairs. It was like, we already too far in. And then that's when she got the guilty conscience because dude said something to her too, like you making a mistake. So she personally was like, you know what? Let me just for my own personal reasons, let me make sure. Because in her mind, she was like, you know what? Let me just make sure that I ain't just doing this for real. And she started like, because now everybody's like, the judge was like, nah, we ain't using this. And so the lady was like, nah, it's cool. So then he was like, well, let's get the mistrials. Nah, we ain't doing none of that. Because like I said, she wanted him to burn in hell too. The judge wanted him to burn in hell. She was like, yeah, it don't matter. He guilty to me.
That man was sitting there the whole time like,
y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
You don't want to believe it. You got the whole interview.
Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah, you got the whole interview. Hey. Like the whole interview, bro.
They go from the first time they deliberate, it's 11 guilties to 1 not guilty. The second time they deliberate, it goes to like 8 guilties to 4 not guilties, and then after a while, it was split right down the middle.
Because that's when old girl came through with the dude was an ass. Also, now you a doctor now. Don't get mad at them. You did this. She was like, so I think it was a hit and run because look at how she got hit. So she brought up the evidence. So he got an attitude. Also, now you a doctor now, huh? So now you know what you're talking about. Don't get mad at her. You did this. You did this, dummy. So how you gonna have an attitude? Because she's now trying
they got to that. They got to that point because he asked them to go on a field trip out to the crime scene.
Right. That was before. That was after the crime scene. Was after the evidence, wasn't it? Because that's what they because that's wanted to make sure.
Remember, it was when he came back. No, it was when they let J.K. Simmons' character go. So they was like
that was before. That was before. That's why they went to the crime scene to see if it possibly could have been a hit and run. Because that's why she was like, I think it was a hit and run. So she had the papers. She was showing the paperwork. Like, listen, if she was 5'5" and she bent over, a car could have hit her ass and let her flip over the thing. So then they was like the only way, because everybody was like, so now a whole lot of people like, you know what, you could be right. Well, it ain't that. That's when the lady like, you know, only way we're gonna be able to find out is if we just go to the scene ourselves. They went to the scene after old girl presented that this could have been a hit and run. The little lawyer, that's when dude was like, oh, so now here we go. Here it is. There it is. Just when I was cooking. Ain't that some shit? Hold on, let me.
Just when you was cooking.
Just when I was cooking. Hold on, let me go back. Let me finish cooking. Hold on, let me finish cooking.
So that was like, well, let's ask the judge.
That's when she was like,
go out there.
Remember, she came in right after they was on them shit about what happened with you and old buddy. They sat down. So girl was like, hey, I got something I want to say. Something she said, look at this. This could have been evidence of a hit and run. So then she started to change people's mind. So, and then that's when it was like, well, we don't know. This was like, one way we're going to find out is maybe we can see if we could just go to the thing and see if it would have made sense for a hit and run. That's why they went to she let them go.
Because then you had the one guy on the jury who was the one who actually found her body. He was like, yeah. I hiked twice a week, but because it was raining so hard the night before, I went a different route. And then that's when I seen old girl's body at the bottom of the creek on the rock bed.
So my thing was, I was irritated because he was nervous. Now I'm like, you ain't got no right to be nervous about none of this shit because you could have been at home. Like I get you why you was like, I don't want no guilty man to go to jail. But what you think was gonna happen if you up there fighting for this man's innocence? Somebody got to go.
But Ken, you got to understand too, he's already feeling guilty as hell about the possibility that he killed this girl. So right. He could have backed out. He could have bagged out and went home.
Yeah,
and
but my
thing was like that. I'm at the crib, but you still got to sleep at night knowing.
No, I get it. But I get what his purpose was. But now you can't be mad if people starting to figure out what you wanted them to figure out. Like you did this to yourself. Like you can't My thing was like, okay, because when after the judge told him, but I guess he was because this whole boy was like, hey, you need a conviction. Because this thing gonna go, if it goes to hang trial, they're gonna reopen it up, they're gonna get your ass. So then I guess that's when he was like, yeah, I think when he
because I mean he could have easily left knowing they was gonna vote guilty regardless.
If he would have left, he could have took him out and I tried. Whatever they do. I'm gonna go home, go to bed. I would have left with JK. Like, you know what?
Came back to bite him later on.
Let me get a ride, G. Not after that because he was doing too much. That's when the lady was like, "Bro, you here at the sentencing. Who sent the letter? Like you doing too much, bro. Like he put himself out there. He looked guilty as shit after he looked like a nigga with a guilty conscience. You know,
even when Stephen Yarbrough's character was talking to him at the bridge, he was just like, just looking shooketh.
Yeah, he was like,
bro,
you got some parts of this.
When he had that line about like when she came to his house because she started, the prosecutor was like, hey, something ain't right. So
was this after the guilty?
This was after the guilty verdict. No, wait.
No, it was before. It was before when she was asking everybody because now she was getting in her mind like maybe dude didn't do this. So now she wanted to figure out herself. Let me just see if I'm gonna go look at this list that they gave me because she was like, at all, let me just make sure that I'm not doing the wrong thing and putting somebody in jail and it could have been a hit and run. So let me check this list out and go look at everybody on this list. That's why she was going to random people's doors. Like, hey, your car, you can exit it. So she just happened to get to old buddy's house and was like, that's when the wife was like, yeah, my husband told me he had a deer. But she knew he was on some bullshit. And
she was like, you sure it wasn't on Old Quarry Road? She was like, nah, he said it was on goddamn Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Yeah, but she knew that's a shortcut.
But this is the problem with this. She, after knowing all that, still in her closing arguments, had that man is guilty.
Because that's what she was already in.
To get the promotion and secure the back.
She was already in it. She was already in there now. She was already in there. But I think, because she was like, she's just like, we here now. But she really didn't know he did it until he showed up at the damn sentencing. Why are you here, bro? And then you want to have a whole conversation. It was almost like a Rain Man thing.
No, she knew he did it when he was like, oh, you don't want to investigate this, you know what I'm saying? And then you have that
was after the sentencing. That was after the sentencing. That's when they sit on the bench. That was at the end. That was after. No, that was after the sentence because that's when that
was after the verdict, not the sentence.
I mean, that's what I mean. The verdict. No. That was after the sentencing. When she said the man got life in jail, she turned around and seen old buddy like, what the hell you saying, why you here?
No, that's not.
So then he went outside.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. So the first time she went to his house and he was there, that was after the verdict. The sentencing.
Oh, she did. She did go to his house. I forgot she went to his house. I forgot. You're right. You're right. I forgot she did go back to his house. That's the first time she talked to him. You're right.
That's when he threatened her when she went to the house and was like, "Yo, somebody this don't seem right, man." So an innocent man.
She did go to the crib.
He was like, "Well, you sitting here investigating this. I would hate to say that." An innocent man is sitting here getting accused of something and messing up his family, and you done put an innocent man in jail. Like he was trying to spin it that way, so she was like, she backed off a little bit, but then like when she saw him in the courtroom, she was like,
his energy is off.
Hold on, cuz.
And then this man at home, looking at it all up under the hood of his truck, and his wife come outside and confront him. It was like,
she was like,
remember that night you said you hit that deer? You said it was on Martin Luther King Boulevard, right? You sure it wasn't on Old Quarry Road? And he was just like,
but she knew that was a shortcut way home to go towards. That's why she was like, you took the shortcut. You went through Martin Luther King. You
was out drinking, weren't you?
You was at that bar.
He was like, no, I bought a drink, but I didn't touch it.
She was like,
you sound like that was the dumb nigga excuse. I thought we was all having a party. Everybody took their clothes off, so I took my clothes off.
But if she would have known the case, she would have known old buddy did that. Because she knew the street, she knew the road. She knew it, so she would have known what was going on. But, you hit that like you
that's why after the verdict, she showed up at the house again, and that's when they just had that death stare.
And that's initially what made him nervous, because when she went to the garage, he was like, "Oh yeah, I was just checking out the truck, got a potential buyer." And she was like, "Yeah, the prosecutor was over here the other day."
Yeah,
that's what he stood up straight like, "What?
What she want?"
Like, yeah, she was asking me about the
remember you hit that deer? Yeah, that deer you hit. Remember? But it was over there. But I know the shortcut is through Martin Luther King Street. Road. Yeah, but I know you go that way because there's a little bar that you used to hang out at. Oh, what's that? Yeah, she started putting it together. But he did all this shit to himself. I would have whispered guilty. I would have whispered guilty at the very beginning.
Boy, I would have said guilty before they closed the door.
It's up to me.
Before they would have closed the door, I would have said guilty.
It's only two things that could have went. He could have been like, you know what, he didn't do this because I did this, and I'm just gonna own up to it. Or you say,
so he's in a dilemma because it's like, do I just the rest of the jury put an innocent man in jail?
But yeah,
because if I do that, I can go home to my newborn baby.
What's up, Kim? Yeah, I could go.
What's happening?
I would have listened. He had 2 weeks. He could have got up then, and he could have got up when JK was in the thing, but he wanted to stay and see it through.
But this man thought he could backdoor an innocent plea, or like an innocent verdict.
Yeah, not guilty. Or
once they started looking at him, he was like, "Nah, hold on, it was him. It was definitely him. He did it.
Him.
He definitely was part of the Martin Luther King assassination. He shot Tupac. He did it all.
Fred Hampton, bro, he was there. He did it,
bro.
Yep.
He did it.
Not gonna hold you. I don't know how y'all felt at some points in this, like, bro, when that man was like breaking down on the stand, like, yo, I love my girl, like, I never wanted to see this happen to her. Like, I was feeling bad for this man, and then like
because he didn't do it.
Like
she was like, hey man, that was all fake. That was he was acting. I was like, well, damn.
So we have William Shakespeare up here.
Yeah, like
on the stand,
crying me a river, Justin
acting
Timberlake,
his life away. You where were you on 9/11?
Yeah, cry me a river.
And then another very important flashback, when Nick was leaving the bar, he seen when he turned around and went back towards the bar.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what made him even more nervous about the deer that he hit. Because I'm like, he really didn't do it. I saw when he turned around and went back to the bar.
The whole man was like, and I seen who did it. He's in here. You know, hey, oh shit. But he was hiding quick. He was like,
hey King, he tried to do what he did in the car.
yeah, he tried to.
Hopefully he can't see me. Hopefully he can't see me.
Hopefully he can't see me. You see
this
me,
man. But then when she went to his house, he's like, well, he did do it, didn't he?
Man, she don't get out of here with that foolishness.
It was like, hey,
you said you saw him. You said you saw him with your own 2 eyes.
You said that. You said you seen him.
2 old ass eyes.
Old ass eyes.
But then you gonna say when she came over, well, you know, he did do it, didn't he? He's guilty, right? Nah, fool. Like, this movie is so morally messed up. Like, for the people that are involved in it,
man.
Like, yo.
When the news going down here, when dude said, hey, you got to give me a verdict. Either he guilty, like she was making her guilty. Let's wrap this shit up. Time to go home.
Yeah,
give me the pen.
His homeboy said, hey.
Give me the pen. Give me the pen.
His homeboy said it's either going to be you.
Yeah, for real.
Well, one of y'all going down for this murder.
Yeah. Because if you tell him and they doing a hung trial, they're gonna come find something. They're not gonna let it go. Because they want justice for old girl.
But
so
this
you got
is the thing. He
What's
still
up,
has
y'all?
an appeal.
Hey, well, the way it went off.
He still has an appeal.
The way it went off, though.
Oh, with her standing there looking at him in the face.
Hey, I was like, yes, take his dumb ass to jail. Girl, he did it to himself, bro. You can't change. You can't do, like, if you're gonna be feeling guilty, just feel bad and move on with your life. Don't put yourself out there and still want to be free. Like, you should have just shut it the fuck up and just said, you know what, I'm gonna live with this.
No sleep at night.
Come on, I mean, yeah, but you still now you ain't gonna get no sleep because now you can deal with the booty warrior. That's your fault. You shouldn't have did it. Yeah, why wait though? But like, if you wasn't gonna do that, if your whole premise behind it was not going to literally just be like, you know what, I need to say something because I'm guilty. Mm-hmm. You need to just shut it the hell up. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be like, I did it, because what did you think was going to happen? What you think was going to happen? Like, if this man gets off, they're going to find what happened for real. They're not going to let it go. You're going to be here, and then now you try to fight the case. Come on, and then like the black guy said, you looking real suspicious. You looking real crazy around here, looking stupid and shit. Come on, man, you're doing too much. So when she pulled up, she knew he did it. She put knocked on the door. She just didn't say nothing to him. She was just like,
you just looked down like,
yeah, because after the sentencing, right? After the sentencing, they gave him life.
Yep.
Put him in jail, throw away the key, and then there was the conversation on the bench outside.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then she starts digging deeper into that list of vehicles that J.K. Simmons had.
Yep.
Facts.
And then she started thinking, like, you know what? Was it worth it for me to put this man in jail for the rest of his life for me to get this promotion? Or is my gut feeling telling me I just put an innocent man in jail? So she starts digging. And
she was already digging before the trial because she knew something was off then. She knew
because even at the trial, she had flashbacks of shit that Nick was saying.
Yeah,
She was like, nah,
something ain't right. She was like, something's not right.
Do you think that J.K. Simmons character, because when he did it, he was like, that don't seem like a normal thing that a person would drop some papers like that. But you know what? It was on me, Judge. I did it. I investigated this by myself. I ain't do nothing. But you homeboy, you you up to something. I don't know what it is, but you up to something.
He opened up Pandora's box.
But you up to something, boy.
She got that guilty conscience. That guilty conscience popped up on her head. She was like, you know what? He didn't do this. Because after they did that paperwork, he got her whole morale changed because she just knew. She knew her buddy was guilty. She didn't give a damn what nobody said. Now all of a sudden, her whole energy was like, yo, like she knew she felt bad. She was like, this don't feel right, bro. Like
she was telling everybody. So she was everybody.
She was on the phone. People she
the scum of earth.
Let me get a large pepperoni pizza, and I'm finna put this bum nigga in jail. Excuse me, ma'am? Like what? Excuse me? Excuse me?
I seen him on 135th Street shooting dice with Colonel Stinkmeat. You know what that means?
No, that mean he did it.
You know, he hates black people. he definitely hates black people. That's why he didn't want that black man on the trial right there. But we got him in here. You know,
he's going to jail forever.
Yeah, he sells food stamps on the low.
60 on
every crime.
60 on the dollar.
Every crime. And he was the one that was holding the camera for R. Kelly. So let's get him out of here. Let's get him out of here. He has to go. He hits on all the women. He beats every woman he comes across.
Like,
Jesus.
So then she was like, she was telling
did you beat your woman?
Because you know her and Buddy's defense attorney, like they would like go out and drink and eat together and kick with each other outside of court. So she goes to him and was like, I need to go visit James in jail. And he was like, for what? She was like, I just need him to look me in my eyes and tell me he didn't do it, so that I can confirm this suspicion, this funny feeling that I've had. So he got it. So they both go, they pull him into the interrogation room, and initially he was like, what the fuck is you doing here? Like he was so zoned in on her, he didn't even see Buddy in the corner. He was like, hey, chill, I'm right here, I'm with her. I ain't supposed to be talking to you. We just need to holler at you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, that's all I want. I don't even need a whole bunch of time. I just need to look him in his eyes and for him to tell me he didn't do it. I need to feel his.
Why you here wasting your time with me? Go find out. Hey, I'm so petty though. As soon as they would have told me they found me guilty. So what was even the point of you coming to the jail to see me if I still was gonna go to jail? I would call everybody. You let her come see me in jail, which look, judge, I don't know why she did that. She know I ain't do this. She know it because she came to see me to ask me if I did it. Man, I would have caused all type of havoc, bro. I would have been mad as hell.
So the movie closes with
I would have been pissed.
The camera goes back into Nicholas's home, him, his wife,
the baby born. He chilling. He happy.
He was telling the wife, hey, I found a buyer for the truck. I sold it, got the bread for it.
He feeling good.
They having a jolly old afternoon.
You expecting company?
Knock on the door. He go to answer it, and she is staring into this nigga's soul. And he's standing there like, damn.
I know what you did.
She was like, oh yeah. Now I'm on your head top.
Take his ass down. You did this to yourself.
Now I'm on your head top.
You did it to yourself. Not only you made it worse, because not only did you do it, you made me send somebody else to jail that you knew was in it. You was on the jury.
And his soul,
I know what you did.
The way she looked at him, his soul left his body.
Oh, it definitely did.
And then it fades to black.
Because she ain't got no other reason to come visit. She don't come see about that ugly ass baby. She come see your ass.
What the baby did to you?
I want to get over the place off.
Crazy.
Hey, you want to see my baby? You want to see my baby? You want to see the new baby? Want to come see my baby?
That is insane.
Oh no! Want you, ugly ass baby?
Look at you and your little lying baby.
Yeah. Do the baby know her daddy's a liar?
Baby gonna grow up to lie just like you.
Do her baby? Do her daddy know she's a liar?
I'm going to the jail and like, hey, I just need to swap 1 for 1.
I need to swap.
I just need to do
it. Nick definitely look like one of them people that just tell on everybody. Like He the type to get caught and just call out, hey, they caught us, y'all.
Yeah. Who y'all? Come on, you know me.
They
You
can't you over there
Bob,
by the
Jim.
bushes, man. Caught us kid over by the bushes.
Yeah.
Mo up in the tree. They caught us, Mo.
Yeah. Somebody go call Mo. Tell him they're on the way to his house. What?
Yeah. Called us all. They called you.
Really?
They called us all. They called us all.
We only heard. We only seen you. Then we only got you. No, ain't no you. It's us.
Nah, they got us.
Ain't no you and team. Ain't no you and team.
They got us both.
Ken got offshore bank accounts. He in Cuba somewhere.
Yeah.
They called us all, y'all. But yeah,
but the movie was dope.
Honestly, man, it's like it's a really, really interesting movie, man. Because like you don't really have like movies that cause you to have this moral dilemma. Because it's like then it goes to show like, hey, like if I was in this situation, like what would I do? Like,
it's on me. It's on me. Yeah,
I mean, I ain't saying he's guilty. I ain't not guilty. I ain't saying, you know, I mean,
because you still because technically you still don't know if it was you. You might think it's you, but at this point you ain't got no proof that you did this. He might have did it.
I think at some point he knew it was him.
I know he knew it was him at the beginning.
I think
so they said, yeah, she went over and it was right there.
I think at some point he knew it was him. He was like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did. Ooh.
But I do commend him because he went to the lawyers like, yo, I want to confess. He was like, yeah, you go ahead if you want to.
You're screwed, buddy.
Like you're a prior. You got between your priors, you're going to jail forever.
They are taking everything from you. You're never going to.
If you were squeaky clean, they would have let you off with a warning.
No son growing up without a daddy.
If he was squeaky clean, they would have commended him for being honest. And you know what? Right in the middle of the jury. Hey, listen, you know what?
He wasn't squeaky clean though.
If he would have been, I would have been different. Hey, listen, it was me. Buddy didn't do this. That was me.
Yeah, that lick on his record. Yeah, they were like, yeah, buddy, you will go down if you say anything. You are going down.
Yeah. So this
double down to the earth. You out of here, guys.
But he should have asked those questions at first. He should have been like, yo, so what happens in the mistrial? What happens what happens if he hung jury? I would have asked all them questions at the very beginning. Because at the very beginning, he could have said, hey, check this out. They gonna want a verdict. They not gonna want to hear no hung trial. I would have asked every question. I would have a notebook of questions. So what about this? What if I try to get them where they try to reopen the case? So as soon as you would have said they need a verdict, I would have went right back the next day. You know what, y'all? I was tripping yesterday. I was sleepy. That nigga guilty as hell. Let's get out of here.
Not I was sleepy.
Yeah, I was sleepy. I was tired. I'm sorry. He did it.
Yeah, I was sleepy, bro.
I was tripping. That was on me. Talk straight to the black girl. I was the best for you and your children, your 3 kids. I should not have kept you here that long. That's on me, y'all. Wrap this shit up. Wrap this up. I would ask every question I needed to know the first time I met with old buddy, especially if I already done told him it could have been me. So what would happen if this? What would happen if this happens? What happens if this happens? So what do you think I should do? He gonna say, you need to get them to convict him, but they coming for your ass. All right, say less. High five. The next day, and then deal with it. If I had no intentions of trying to make, that's how it would took. When it's plain and simple. I would have high fived him and walked up out of there. Get through him $1. Next day, buddy would have been in jail. Then I would have to deal with the mental consequences afterwards. Because what's even the point? You're not gonna turn yourself in. So now she hit you with the worst.
I really thought he thought that he could have gotten
that's what he thought.
A mistrial or
hung jury.
Or hung jury.
Or hung jury. But then like I said, but my thing, he should have asked them kind of questions at the very beginning. What would happen if they get a hung jury? What happened if he's innocent? He said they're going to try to find out who did this.
Well, I think he was still going to keep going. The only reason why he stopped is because people started suspecting him.
Yeah,
that's when it started getting. He was like, "Yeah, I'm what was my vote last time? Yeah, go ahead."
But he done opened up the door for so wide that Dude still got a guilty charge, and you still now you on the radar. On the radar, stupid. Now they're gonna put you under the jail because ain't nothing worse than you on the jury to send this innocent man to jail.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna make an example of you, stupid.
They're gonna give you all the years. They might bring back the firing squad for you, boy.
They might even they might put you in the room by yourself with old buddy just so he can let off on you. You know what? Yeah. You know what? He put you in here because he was on the jury. He could have had you free.
Yeah. No.
You get 10 minutes to whoop it. You get 10 minutes to whoop his ass.
That's crazy. This movie was definitely
but it was dope though. It was a dope movie though.
If I had to get, let me see what popcorn rating I'm gonna get in movie. If it's me. Not gonna hold you. I think I give it a 4 out of 5.
Like, that's what I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
A solid 4 out of 5. I mean, anywhere from the story, like, because it's hard to keep somebody's attention without a lot of action. Yeah. So, like, you write really good suspense, really good thrillers, like you can keep somebody's attention and you don't have a lot of action in it. So,
but Clint Eastwood,
like I said, it reminded me of 12 Angry Men. So, like, looking back on it, I know like he probably got a lot of inspiration from something like that. But yeah, I think it's a 4 out of 5, honestly.
We're gonna call it 4s across the board.
Okay.
On phone.
4 for 4. Yeah, man, I saw this in the instant. I was like, man, I think I said something in the group chat like the first time I saw it. I was like, man, y'all gotta watch this. I was like, God, dog. It was you don't really come across a lot of movies like that where it's like it really puts you in that position of like, yeah, you morally thinking like watching it, like you like, man, these people crazy.
Yeah. They can keep your attention without knowing.
But then also you keep your attention yourself.
Oh yeah, that's myself many times.
Yeah,
if it was my movie, this movie would have been 7 minutes.
Ooh, what?
It would have been 7 minute movie. In my life, it would have been 7 minutes. That could have been me.
But you say that now until you in that moral dilemma. You never really know.
Guess we'll never know. No, because it would have been 2 weeks. If I wasn't going to do it, it would have been because I would have just said, you know what, I'm going to confess to this. I'm not going to try to do no bunch of crap to see if I can get him off. Now, forget all that. Because it's, at the end of the day, if he gets off, they're going to try to find out what happened. He was just an easy choice. Y'all was arguing. Y'all found out. You could tell they really didn't do no investigation on nothing. He came and smacked her. They didn't even find a murder weapon, quote unquote. She got hit in the head, pushed over, boom. They argued. Guilty as charged. What?
So the only reason why this wasn't a 5 or a 4.5 for me is the fact that it was too much of a coincidence. It was too much of a coincidence that they were arguing that night. It was too much of a coincidence that he was there. It was too much of a coincidence that he got put on the jury. But even with all that being said, I really thought that the way that they did it and the way that it was executed in the right way.
No, it was dope.
Because I didn't question that part until like after I watched it. I was like, that's a lot of it had to be that way for this to happen type thing. But yeah, I didn't question that at the time of the watch. So I really think this was a solid movie. And like I said before, if I was doing my top 10 over for the year, this would have definitely been in my top 10. Because I don't know what I would have took out, but it would have been in my top 10.
Yeah, would have put there. Yeah, mine too.
I don't know what I would have took at. Maybe Bike Riders or something. Yeah, probably would have took out the Bike Riders. Although, I'm a old school movie fan. But yeah, so Juror number 2. Have you seen it? What do you think about it? Let us know in the comments below if you're on the rewatch. If you're here, we appreciate you. Definitely let us know in the comments. So what you thought about this movie. Was it a wild watch for you? Were you morally like did you morally check out at some point? Definitely appreciate y'all. Definitely. And we'll catch y'all on Tuesday for Mo's request of a movie.
Mo's birthday request.
My birthday request.
Mo's birthday request. So watch it so you can enjoy. What are we watching?
The Ladies' Man.
The Ladies' Man.
My nigga Leon Phelps.
The Ladies' Man. We coming. Y'all gonna meet Bone. If you're on Indiana Bones, just slide through. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Yes. Indiana Bones is sliding through. So I'm saying it's gonna be a fun time. So be there.
This movie is I'm saying, you watch the quotes that you have on this movie, because remember, when this was made, it was a very different time.
Yeah.
So we are out of this thing. We're gonna go ahead and close everything out, and we will catch y'all right here on Tuesday on the Popcorn in Your Beer podcast. I've been your host, Rashad, along with the crew.
It's Big Ken, 2 G's, 2 N's. Y'all know the energy.
And last but not least, I am the King MOE, aka Edgar Allan Moe. I'll let y'all job turkeys on Tuesday.
We will catch y'all on Tuesday. Shout out to our brother Duke, and
yes, sir.
Definitely sending a lot of love to our still co-host, because she ain't going nowhere. We still love her. She still got a room.
The first lady.
To the room.
Yep.
With our first lady.
And we will catch y'all next time right here on the Popcorn in Your Beer podcast. Before to cut everybody off like now.
What's going on?
That's wild.
Where are we coming up with these questions? Orgy going on? My man, he's a show.
She aged like cheese. Speak on it, brother. Speak on it.
Practically become Bruce Wayne.
What we gotta do?
Push the goddamn button, man.